I've been driving down this old road for way too long now, and I don't know where to turn no more. Yeah. Are you ever gonna appreciate all the joy you get in your life if you've never been through all this hurt before? No. Me, I'm feeling alright, driving down the back road with you beside me, kicking back, reminiscing on the good days. That's where you'll find me. And I hope I ain't losing myself again, but right now I think that I might be. Pick myself up and I just go again. There ain't nothing that be stopping my dream. I'll take you anywhere, anywhere you wanna go, just tell me something. In this life I'm only needing one thing, and I think that might be you, my dear. I'll take you somewhere where the sun shines bright from the day to the night time. Hope you hear me loud and clear, cause I think I'm lost without you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Yeah. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something, promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener, I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back to another live stream. So it is Wednesday, the 17th of July. Yeah, I hope you like that. That new intro, that new countdown. So that's one of my friend's new songs that has just come out. So I thought I'd show some love to it, and put that as the intro to the to the live stream. So I hope you do enjoy that. But of course, today we are going to take a look at Bitcoin, as we always do. We're going to take a look at what's going on, what we can expect, the trades I'm in, any future trades that I'm looking at taking as well. And then, of course, if there's anything that you guys want to look at, or anything that you guys want to ask me, then please, of course, don't be shy. Put that in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or take a look at anything that you want to look at. But enough of that. Let's jump into the video. Before we do, smash that thumbs up button. Of course, subscribe as well if you are new, and turn that bell notification on so you never miss another live stream. We will jump straight on into the charts. So let's start off with a little bit of context, right? So of course, I'm in this long trade here, and just to give you a little bit of an update, right? I have taken some more profit off of this trade. So if we take a look at what I told the team just before we came live, I said to the team, just close some more of the long trade. This is kind of what I was walking the team through this morning in the daily market update, right? I was saying that today I could possibly take some more profits off of this long trade, even though I didn't really want to. Okay, I may be forced to take some more profits off of the table, and that's exactly what I've done, right? I've still got some capital left in the trade, right? So I can still take advantage of any more upside, okay? But I did just want to take some more profit off of this trade because, like I said to the team this morning in the daily market update, we are at resistance right now, okay? We're coming into the mid-range of the parallel channel. We also had, if we pull up the naked point of controls, we also have, this weekly naked point of control here as well. So there's a lot of resistance here for us to get above. And I've been saying this ever since we've entered into this long trade, that there is a lot of resistance above us, right? The first TP that I had was the value area low. We understand, right? We have VWAP, which is holding price down for a very long time. Okay, we have the value area low, okay, of the range, right? Those are both really strong resistance levels. Of course, if we can get above them, like we did here, right? We got above, back tested the support, and we back tested them twice actually. Okay, and then we saw this nice rise up. Okay, that's great. That's what we want to see for like a reclaim of the level. But then what I've also been saying is that, okay, we still have a lot of resistance above us, right? We still have the mid range, okay, of the initial, okay, channel that we are in, the parallel channel. And we know, right, okay, the mid-range of the parallel channel acts as resistance a lot of the time. We see it so many times where we do see a big rejection off of that mid-range. And then we also have the POC, right? That's resistance again. Then we have value area high. That's resistance again, right? There's a lot of heavy resistance above us. So for me right now, taking profits at these resistance levels is a valid thing to do, right? It's a smart thing to do, because we have to understand, right? Again, going back to where I wanted to start with, which was the context, right? The context is still bearish, right? We have this bearish market structure. Okay, if we draw it all out, okay, we do still very much have this bearish market structure, right? And we could actually just come and form another lower high here to then come down and form another lower low, right? So this is something that we have to be aware of at this moment in time, that, until we break $72,000, there's still a possibility for another lower low, for then, another lower high, okay, for then price to form another lower low, right? So this is something that we do need to, just need to be, a little bit aware of, and remain a little bit diligent around this as well, because we do not want to turn this really successful long trade into a losing trade, of course. So taking profits is always, a really valuable thing. Of course, you're not a trader unless you do take profits, right? You're not a trader unless you take profits. So that was the reason, why I've taken some profits here. Again, going back to the context. The context is still bearish, right? The context is still bearish. Yes, right. We're looking bullish here, okay? Locally, right? Remember, we were looking bearish here. Okay, this was bearish because it was just literally, lower high after lower high after lower high after lower high, with lower low after lower low after lower low. Right, so that was a very, very bearish. Okay, then I said, if we can get above this, this is actually starting to look quite bullish, right? So now this, right, is just constant, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, just like consistent, right? So this is very bullish in my eyes. Okay. But what we have to also remember, okay, is again, come back to the context, right? And we have to understand that the context is bearish, okay? We have a lot of resistance above us, but then also this move up has been very strong and very good, okay? If we start to give this move back, right, it could get pretty messy, right? Because a lot of people are long right now, right? A lot of the market is long, okay? And this is, a bit of a risky game, right? I myself, I'm in a long trade. However, I am in a long trade from a very, very good position, right? I'm in a long trade from the low here, okay? So if we take a look again at the Visionary Discord, this was the long setup that we looked at in the daily market update. It was the week 28 preparation. So that was the 7th of July. And this is the long trade setup that we were entering into, right? We entered into that, and I entered into that live on stream for the team. And ever since then, we've just seen price pretty much. We had a little pullback here, okay, but pretty much we've just seen price continue to rise, which has been really, really nice for this long trade, of course. I am long from a nice level, right? But what we have to understand is there are going to be a lot of FOMO retail traders who are long from these areas here, okay, and a lot of longs, okay, are actually held up here at the high, right? We do have a lot of longs that are held up at the high. If we take a look at exo charts, let's just refresh it so we're all up to date, and then we'll go on to the 8 hour, okay, just so we can see it very clearly, right? We can see here 60 million long trades came in right here, 60 million, okay, so that's between, right, 62,350 and $65,000. Okay, we have 60 million new long trades coming in here, right? And this is why I have taken some more profit here after we are rejecting off of this mid range, right? Because if we start to pull back here and we start to force some of these long trades to be offside, right? Price comes back, they're offside, they're underwater. Okay, we could then force these long trades from up here to cover, right? Meaning that we could see a lot of long trades closing as price is pulling back, meaning that it's going to push price even lower, right? Meaning that all 60 million could be underwater, right? Or all 60 million could get wrecked. Okay, and that is just that's just going to turn into one big disaster, right? Where we just see this huge move down, right? And you can see how good this move up has been, right? You can see open interest has been increasing. Volume's been increasing over time. Delta's been increasing over time, right? This is a very strong move towards the upside. This is why I'm very bullish at this moment in time. But what we also have to understand is that this bullish rise can, very quickly turn into something very ugly, right? Because there are so many people long, right? Again, you've got 43 million new long trades in at the high here. Again, I've just not even realized that. There's 100 million, 103 million, okay, between that area that I've just talked about, right? 62,350 and $65,000, right? There is over 100 million people long, right, from this area. If we start to, force those underwater and force those trades out, it's going to be messy, right? We then come down to this area here, okay, where we've actually got, what have we got roughly here? So we've roughly got, 60 million down here as well. So, if we're going to force 100 million to cover, right, we're most likely going to see price come back down here. Then we have 60 million. Are we going to force those to cover as well? If we force those to cover, right, that's going to get pretty messy, right? That can get pretty messy pretty quickly. Okay, so this is where I'm actually looking at possibly taking a hedged short trade, okay? Meaning that I'm going to stay in this long trade, right? I'm going to stay in this long trade because it's a good long trade, okay? It's a risk-free long trade because my stop loss is at entry, right? But, okay, I want to protect this trade, right? And I also want to protect myself, protect my portfolio, right? And that's where I would enter into a hedged trade, right? Where I would enter into a short here, okay? Not, when I say a hedge trade, there's no particular strong confluence reason to enter into the trade, right? Of course, there's a valid reason to enter into the trade. But it's not a trade setup that I would usually take, but this is why it's called a hedge, right? It's a hedge trade. We're rejecting from resistance. We have lots of millions of longs that could possibly be, trapped up here. So, a short trade from, maybe this area here with my stop above the high here, okay, and then actually targeting, okay, back down here, is a pretty good, it's a pretty good trade in my eyes, okay? This is a pretty good trade, and of course, this is only a hedged trade as well, right? So it's not, it's not a major trade, okay? It's just something that I'm doing to hedge against this possible big pullback, this possible big pullback that we could see, because we have 100 million long trades that could possibly cover, right? If price starts to pull back from where we are now, okay? Because remember, where are we? Okay, we are at strong resistance, right? We have a weekly naked point of control here. We do have a daily here, but what we have to look at here is that the daily was printed after, okay, we actually broke the high. So this isn't, this is actually more support rather than resistance, this daily here. So I'm not taking acknowledgement to this daily. I'm acknowledging this weekly, okay? Because this is the naked point of control that we left to the upside, right? So we moved down and left this up here, okay? So for me, mid-range, PO, naked point of control, right? Weekly naked point of control. There is resistance here. If we start to pull back here, a lot of long trades are going to be underwater, right? This is when I'm looking for that short trade. Of course, the aggressive entry is now, right? The super aggressive entry is now. I'm not taking that super aggressive entry because I know we are still looking very bullish and there is a possibility that we could continue higher. Okay, but I'm just remaining a little bit cautious here. Right, if we do start to see these trades becoming offside, then I'll look for that short trade and look to take it down. Okay, and this would line up right with this, this Elliott wave count that we've been looking at for a very long time now. Okay, remember, ever since wave 3 of this count, all right, let's just draw it out again. So we've been looking at this count, right, for a very long time, right? And ever since wave 3 here, when we took the long trade, right, we've been talking about a wave 4. Okay, and I actually need to go and find this because I have been talking about this for ever since back here, right? And yeah, look, we've formed wave 4. We've then come back down to form wave 5. What's the expectation after this, right? An A, B, C correction, right? So initially, I am very bullish and I'm expecting an ABC correction. But what we could actually see, right, is we could actually see price pull back here for this B wave, right? And we could actually take advantage of this, right? We could take advantage of this. So this is why I am looking at taking this possible hedged short from here, okay, to then take advantage of this possible pullback on the B wave, right? And then, of course, from there, if we do get stopped out of the long, okay, we could re-enter a long trade if we see some, sign of strength down here. If we're still in the long trade, then possibly we could add to the long trade again once we get back down here. And yeah, that would just be an absolutely amazing trade, right? If we could, add to the long trade here or re-enter into the long trade, right? Short down to wave B, right? Long wave B up to wave C, wherever that may end. That could be, an absolutely amazing trade. So yeah, that is something that I will be looking out for. That is something that I will be looking out for. So yeah, we need to remain aware of that. Okay, that's something that is very, very important. But yeah, I mean, is there anything really to talk about here? Of course, if you've got any questions, please put them in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer any questions or take a look at anything you want to look at. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of just if we start to pull back here, that's where that's where we have to be a little bit cautious, yeah, because again, 100 million longs at the high right now. It's bullish, right? But it can get pretty bearish. It can get pretty bearish because imagine we start to pull back here and 100 million long trades are offside or underwater, right? If that is the case, that's going to get very dangerous and we can just see this big move down. So that's just what we need to be a little bit cautious of at this moment in time. Again, that's why I've taken some more profit off of the long trade because this is a possibility, right? It's a possibility that we do see. We do see a big pullback. Okay, we're still expecting that B wave, right? We're still expecting the B wave, so we can actually take advantage of that B wave, right? If 100 million longs are, are going to be underwater here and they are forced to cover, right? We would expect price to pull back, right? That's what you expect. That's what, usually happens, okay? So, yeah, again, we could be expecting this B wave to come down and from down there, we can be looking for a new long trade, okay? Or just to add to the current long trade that I'm in to possibly take that up to higher prices, whether that be POC, value area high, or all-time high. We do not know, okay, but those are the levels that we're kind of targeting towards the upside, right? Simple, like level to level trading, okay? If we get above this mid-range here, we're looking for the POC. If we can get above the POC, we're looking for value area high. If we can get above value area high, we're looking for all-time high, right? Very, very plain and simple. But yeah, it's taken a while for this trade to play out, to be honest, right? When did we enter into this trade? Okay, when did we? Let's just go back. When did I enter into it? Was it the 7th? Yeah, so it was the 7th, right? And it's the 17th now. So it's taken 10 days, right, to see price have this big push towards the upside. But it has paid really nicely, right? It has paid really nicely. So yeah, this is what I say a lot of the time as well. Patience is a very important thing within trading. If you don't have patience, okay, you're not really going to get anywhere, right? You're not really going to get anywhere at all. So you do need to be patient within these markets. That is a very, very important thing. So yeah, I mean, nothing has really changed since yesterday. Nothing has, changed dramatically since yesterday. But yeah, I guess the only thing that has changed really is, I'm possibly looking for this hedged short trade up here, right? Like this, yeah. That's kind of what I'm looking for, this possible hedged short trade. I mean, what's the ES doing? The ES is having a bit of a pullback here, actually. Yeah, the ES is having a pullback. That was the ETH long that we were looking at. Yeah, I do apologize. I can't remember who was asking me about Ethereum, but someone was asking me about Ethereum, and I said a good a valid long trade for myself would be a reclaim of this anchored VWAP here. All right, that's exactly what happened. Right, we reclaimed it, and as you can see, we've got a really nice rise towards the upside on Ethereum there. I personally did not take that long trade on Ethereum. Yeah, I've only taken the long trade on Bitcoin. That's the only long trade that I took. Only because the long trade on Bitcoin was a little bit hard in itself, right? So I didn't want to overexpose myself to a market that wasn't looking super strong. Because what we have to remember, the context was very different at this area here than it was all the way back here when we took this prior long trade. Because at this long trade here, we had lots of shorts at the low, right? As price started to rise, those shorts had to cover, right, pushing the price higher, right? We didn't have the shorts here, right? So I was telling you guys here, I was telling the team a lot as well. The only way for price to rise is if we've got new long trades coming in. And that's exactly what happened. We've got lots and lots of new long trades coming in. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there. Seems pretty quiet today. It's been pretty quiet all week, to be honest with you. So I don't want to continuously repeat myself if no one's here, and no one's got any questions. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there. Keep it nice, short and sweet. So of course, if we do start to pull back a little bit more here, I will be looking for a hedged short. If we don't, okay, and we continue higher, new long trades coming in, happy days, we can continue to ride this long much higher. So yeah, I will leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, everybody, I know there's not been a lot of people here, but yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Of course, if you want access to the Visionary Discord where I give all of my trades away, that is the first link in the description. It will take you over to this page here. Or if you just want the free Discord, it is the second link in the description. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next live stream, which is tomorrow. And of course, any Visionary members, I will see you in the Discord. So see you later, guys, and goodbye.
Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted.